So what's going on, guys? It's Captain America. Hope you guys are well, and thank you so much for coming onto the channel. So again, just showcasing our stats at the beginning of this video of how this match went. So as you can see, we did win by 5-0. It was an insane performance. We had 7 human players, let's say, in our team, and the opposition had 6 human players. So it was a bit more better with not much, let's say, AIs. Of course, I do prefer as full of a team. It's just easier, not easier, but I just prefer playing with all the full extensivity of what we can go with. But no, this match was great. The fourth goal was actually really good. There was a bit of showboating, but the way that we played as a team in general was fantastic. Our striker, he scored 4 goals out of the 5. He is one of our key players on the team, and he did play really well, getting 4 really good goals. So yeah, just check out the video. Overall, we did dominate the game with around like 9 shots in total, and the opposition only had 2. They did have a few chances, don't get me wrong. They did have, I think they hit the crossbar or the post, one of those, in the match as well. And plus, we could have easily scored many more goals as well. We only scored 5, but it could have easily been 8 goals to us. Defensively, we did have 2 centre-backs, myself and another guy, Adams. Adams, funnily enough, doesn't play as a centre-back all the time. He's mainly a midfielder or a goalkeeper sometimes, very rarely. But as a centre-back, his positioning sometimes that you'll see on the game is just awful, and I have to backtrack because he's just so deep. With me, I do prefer the defence keeping the line, and that's something that's always really important when you've got more, let's say, opposition human players. So we kept the line very well. The way that we played from the midfield, it was very much like box to box. We were counter pressing as much as we can, and then attack wise, we were playing some really good football up front as well. So just yeah, feel free to check out this video. It is one of our best goal scoring videos on this channel so far. Of course, there will be many more, but so far, especially being a clean sheet game, playing some really beautiful football. Even I was showboating. I was like, bloody hell, like it's 4-0. Might as well just do something. So just, rumbling on with some random analog stick directions just to get some skill moves with my one skill star move, man. But yeah, so what we're also going to be talking about on this video today is going to be around, let's say, the transfer market and the games tomorrow. I know the kickoff is around 4 p.m, so I won't have time to go through like a little bit of a analysis, but especially with my videos being launched around like 5:30. But in terms of like the transfer market, I was just reading through it, and I was really interested to see what's going on. Of course, Mbappe being one of the key stories. Is he going to stay at PSG or is he going to move to Real Madrid, which is really confusing because Real Madrid is a broke club. Just generally the Spanish teams, you got Barca as well as Real, that owe so much money. They're in so much debt. Like I really don't know how they spend so much money. And I was discussing my previous video as well, the way that they bought Alaba was on a free, but then they had so much in his signing bonus and his contract, which made it quite expensive as a value in terms of the player. But again, I don't know where they have this money from. So yeah, so that'll be really interesting to see if Mbappe does stay at PSG, who PSG have offered him to be like the Messi of the Barca in the prime days. So what I mean by that is he's, from what I've seen and what I've heard, is that he's going to be having full control of who's going to be signed for PSG. And just other random leaders, like he's going to be like the main don in PSG, which is too much control for a young player at that age, man. Like, don't get me wrong, PSG are a good team sometimes. They do play in a Farmers League. They haven't won the Champions League. They're like a Man City in the Premier League. Bloody hell, that rap there, man. That sounded quite good. Not gonna lie. So yeah, so with PSG, again, they've got so many good players, but I don't ever see them winning the Champions League. I think after the loss that they had in this Champions League, the owners were so furious. They're like, oh, we want to leave, wherever, man, because they're crying that they can't win something with their all money. So I don't like these type of teams, Man City included. So I really don't want either of these teams to ever win the Champions League. But yeah, let's see what happens with Mbappe. He's always had a passion to also move over to Madrid. So it'll be interesting to see if he does make that move, or surprisingly, if he does look at moving to the Premier League, which I don't think is going to happen. Don't get me wrong, he's a fast, pacey player. I think within his wage side of things, Man City is the only team that's capable of spending that type of money on him. Yes, he's been interested in Liverpool, but his wage demands are just obscene. Like we don't do what like United or City offer, or even Arsenal offer with their wage caps. Like Liverpool have always done really good business in, let's say, the contractual talks, and I feel that, you know, we want to sustain that just to make it more logical and not have these overspent players such as like Ozil, who was at Arsenal getting so much money and he was on the bench, and it's just a waste of money. So yeah, so I think Liverpool's strategy in that is always been good. So let's see what happens with Mbappe. But talking about Liverpool, you know, the GOAT, Origi, the GOAT, he is gonna be leaving. But again, it's nothing heartfelt, you know, like he's unfortunately been like second or third fiddle for a very long time. We've got some fantastic players for Liverpool at the moment. You've got Diaz that was bought in January, who's just been phenomenal. Same with Jota. Whenever he does play, he does either score or give, let's say, assists. Mane as well. He's been absolutely phenomenal as a central forward now. His position is more like a Firmino, false number 9. And then you've got Salah, who started off the season very, very well and now has just gone down. Of course, there's been things that have happened, such as he lost the African nations against Mane's team, Senegal, and then the World Cup qualifiers again, very similar to loss to Mane's team, both on penalties. And it's just been unfortunate for him, but you can see that his stats stumbled completely after that. Like, I think it was January onwards, he hasn't done much with like goal scoring. But when you see his play style, he's not been as greedy as he was. I think he got a bit of a slapping or something. Like, he's not been as greedy. He's been looking at Mane finally and like looking for the passes wherever possible, and he has like increased or improved on his assist count since January. So like, don't get me wrong, he's generally a very, very good player, but also very greedy. But he's you know, done very fantastic for Liverpool over the years, and again, we are discussing his contract talks. So let's see what happens with that. I do hope that he stays at Liverpool, but yeah, it'll be interesting. So again, like, Origi is now going to be leaving, but again, on a positive limelight. You know, Klopp did say he's a legend of Liverpool, especially with his goals against the comeback win versus Barcelona, which was absolutely phenomenal. And then, of course, the Champions League final against Tottenham. So that was a beautiful goal. I think Matip assisted that goal, so that was actually really, really good. I was down in Norwich and Great Yarmouth when I watched that, and the pub, funnily enough, had so many Tottenham supporters, and there was like a minority of Liverpool supporters. And yeah, these guys were getting happy, man, that they thought that they're going to win their first Major League trophy in a very, very long time. But yeah, it wasn't going to happen against Liverpool, man. Like, Liverpool, of course, won the game 2-0. Fully dominated the match. Cough, cough. But yeah, another Champions League trophy added to the bag. And now again, looking at avenging Real Madrid in the next Champions League final that we have next week. Looking forward to that. I think that's going to be a very, very strong game. As mentioned in my previous videos, I do hope that Liverpool gets their, let's say, currently injured players back, their key players back, such as Van Dijk. You got Fabinho as well as Salah. I do feel for Van Dijk and Salah, it was just more of a niggle. I don't think it was something serious, but Fabinho, I thought it was much more serious, and I thought, nah, that was going to hurt the most, because he is an insane defensive midfielder. Like, he doesn't give a crap, man. He would come at you like a wrecking ball. Like, he's really good in his tackles. His positional awareness is on another level as well. Like, he's good as a defensive midfielder. One of the best in the world there, like, in that position. So let's see. Hopefully we get all of our full team. I think it'll be a great game against Real Madrid. I think, yeah, they lost, like, you know, Ronaldo, Sergio Ramos from the previous times. But, you know, they got Bale. They got Bale, mate. The best player. But yeah, he's going to be leaving anyway, so he doesn't really give a crap. He rated it as, what is it, Wales, golf, and then Madrid, which is absolute banter. So that is hilarious. So he's going to be leaving. So I think he's playing his last match to go this weekend for Madrid. So let's see what happens if he gets any hostile reception, which I do assume he will. But he had a good time, man. He won some, you know, good trophies within Madrid. Of course, he scored those insane goals against Liverpool in the Champions League final, hence why I do feel that Liverpool will go as you know, trying to get revenge from that, you know, final. But you know what, it was really, really cool, that final against Madrid the couple of years ago in the Champions League. I watched it in this beautiful place in London Bridge, man. It was me and a couple of mates. We went over, and it was like a large screen with like it was mainly Liverpool fans, and it was just maybe a minority of course Spanish fans, Madrid. But the way that it was set up was beautiful. But the only issue was you've got in this open area, you've got like different TVs, and of course they've got different streaming times. So the live big bloody TV that we're watching it through, a lot of the people, is delayed by maybe like 10 seconds. So we all of a sudden, when I think it was Madrid when they scored the first goal, I'm like, why are these guys celebrating? And then I realised after 10 seconds that we bloody got dealt with, and then we conceded, and that ruined the entire experience of the day then, because any time that there was like a celebration going on in the other room, we knew that one of the teams was going to score, but we didn't know who. And then of course Liverpool scored, I think it was Mane, it made it 1-1, and then Karius, the legend of a goalkeeper, fumbled twice, which was just devastating for Liverpool, and that just ruined everything for us. So that's why, you know, let's see what happens with the Champions League final, but I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, just talking about again transfer windows. We got Alonso moving over to Barca, the left back for Chelsea, and then you got Azpilicueta as well, but he's a bit more of an older signing for Barca. But Alonso leaving Chelsea would be an interesting, let's say, transfer, especially with Barca looking at recuperating and you know, getting the team back to being world class, to be honest with you. So let's see what happens with that type of signing, and if both do leave. I don't know who Chelsea would look at signing, but I think they've got Koundé from Sevilla, who they're looking at, but I've never rated that guy, man. Like, even Football Manager and all that, I think Konate's a much better signing, and he's younger as well. But yeah, Koundé, I don't think he's that great. So let's see what happens when he comes over to let's say Chelsea. But again, Chelsea's never done very well in the transfer markets. They've always not been that consistent with like the players' form. So yeah, they might be good for one season, but then the second season they're a bit dead. You can see that with Lukaku, our favourite man. He wants to move back to Internacional. That's how he rolls, man. He doesn't mess around, that guy. But yeah, that's it really, guys. It's coming close to the end of the video now. I hope you guys enjoyed how we played in this match, especially it being the highest scoring game that we've had, or I've uploaded so far on my YouTube channel. This is the 6th day now that we've been talking and doing these video launches daily, and really enjoying it. You know, there's just so much blabber that comes out of my mouth, and you know, I've always been around football and FIFA, so yeah, more to come. If you are new again, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. If you are an ancient oldie, thank you so much for the love. Please feel free to like and comment as well. I do appreciate you all. But I'll catch you guys on the next video, which is going to be tomorrow. It might be a later one. I'm just deciding if I'm going to, I don't know if I should wait for the games to kick off. But now I might just do that on Monday, just my reactions and that. So yeah, so let's see, maybe tomorrow I'll do like a 5:30 one, but it'll be recording much earlier, so I won't have time to actually watch the games. But I'll give my predictions on who I feel will win each of the games in advance. So yeah, take care guys, thank you so much again, bye.
Will it happen for them? Dahl. A foul, but advantage played. Well, there is going to be stoppage time, but only the 1 minute.